Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Hope you're doing well. Turn this music off. Hi. It's time. It's time. Hi, surrounded by perverts. Ghost loving. He's a demon, but a little bit of that too. A little bit of ghost loving, a little bit of demon loving, a little bit of demon hunter loving, demon punching. Yeah. Let's see how this goes. You never know with these kinds of games. So, last we left off, let's see. We're putting up a fuss about leaving the demon, but we kind of gotta. So, he tried to get us to mortar him, and then we were like, "No, we don't want to mortar." And he's like, "Duh, you ruining my plans." About the dolls. About his dolls. Yeah. He's going to turn me into one of his dolls, and I'll be his doll forever. Yay. No. All right. Give me a second to get a little sip of water. Today's been a day. I had an early meeting that ended up running like 20 minutes long. I mean, I was okay with it. The person I was meeting with, they were new to the role, so they were struggling a little bit, and I was just kind of like, hey, like, yeah, I could stay a little bit longer. We can talk through this. Like, we could solve the problem. And they're like, okay. And so, yeah. Anyways, I helped them, and then I had a surprise one from the person who lives in Australia. It was late at night for them, and they were just like, they had left a message like earlier in their day, which was very late into my night. That it's like, hey, can we have a call? I was like, yeah, sure. And so I put, the soonest availability for their next day. I signed up for that, and then they messaged me later, and they were just like, hey, I'm still up. Can we talk now? And it's like, yeah, sure. It must have been like in the. Let me look. Carrie, hi. You're harassing your friend into getting a haircut because he wants one. Okay. You are just in. Let's see, helping your friend. Oh, give them the little nudge that they want. Sounds like, yeah. Well, that's very exciting. I hope your friend likes their haircut. Yeah. Let's see. What time was it? Maybe 2 p.m. Let's see. Looks like that would have been there like 5 a.m. I think it was there 5 a.m. I don't know. He looked so tired. I was like, "Yeah, bro." I mean, he even said, he's like, I'm sorry. I think like I'm up late, and it's like, oh, okay. Not I'm up early. I'm up late, and it's like, okay. So yeah. Anyways, I guess it worked out. Yeah, I think that's correct. Let me double check. Let me make sure I'm not misremembering what time I actually talked to them. I could be wrong. Maybe. Whoop, 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 whoop. What'd you say? What'd you say? Okay, no, I was wrong. So it was 10 a.m. my time. So yeah, good luck to them, right? Right? Okay. 10 a.m. I mean, it's still very much in the a.m. Sounds like 3 a.m. It was 3 a.m. their time. So like worse? Worse? poor guy. But yeah, that's what they wanted to do. He's been putting it off because there's a specific salon he wants to go to, but I'm telling him a generic shop will be able to do what he wants because he wants shorter hair. And it'll be his first time getting a guy cut. It'll be pretty androgynous, but still. Oh, I see. Well, I hear you. I hear both of your sides. I think Um, you know, it's one thing if they're like, no, I'm very particular and I want this, like it has to be this salon. But if you get the sense that like this is just kind of an excuse, and they're really just kind of kicking the can a little bit, I think, yeah, I hear you. I can understand the encouragement, but I gotta say, like I get like salons. We can be a little picky about them sometimes. I've gone to a salon and I was not thrilled with what happened to my hair. And I didn't think they could ruin it, Like I had very easy needs, but yeah. He said as much like 5 minutes ago. I see, I see. He wants the salon because it's I see. Okay. Sounds like you're doing them like the favor for sure. I get that. I've been around, I know situations where it's just like, all right, they need a little bit of coaxing. And then once they're there, they're just kind of like, I don't know why I built this up so hard in my head. This is fine. So, like I said, I hope they love their new cut. That's very exciting, though. Oh, yeah. Yay. Oh, that should be fun. You also don't want to go to any place but a specific salon because they're very specifically trans friendly and you're trying to present more. Ah, I see. I can appreciate that too. I think, there's a lot of weight to what you're saying, that it's just kind of like you want, a really good experience for your friend. You want them to be able to feel comfortable going forward. And yeah, so I'm very excited for your friend. So I hope they like it. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's get into the game. All right. Last time. Okay, so we're on the last chapter. We are finishing up the Minami route. And then that's going to be all the playthroughs until the secret route. So the true ending. So that's very exciting too. We'll find out for sure who the true ending is. And then, we'll see what's canon. Yeah, he will. It's a place you've been going to for years. They do a lot to help make you feel better before they really let you go. Oh, I love that. Like I said, I've definitely been to places where it's just kind of like, oh no. Because like I said, my needs are pretty simple. I've got long hair. And so most of the time it's like chop an inch off. So that gets rid of the split ends. Every once in a while I'll be like, give me some face framing layers. And then, which is like Salon 101, right? And then sometimes I will also be like, trim the bangs. That's easy peasy. And I went somewhere and it was just like, oh no, I should have cut my own hair. I would have done better. So, yeah. But yeah, that does sound very lovely. So, I'm glad that they have you as a friend, Carrie, to like kind of help usher them through that. And like I said, hopefully it's one of those things where they're just like, oh my gosh, Carrie, thank you so much. I don't know what I was making, I don't know what I was building up in my head about. So let's do it. To bully and threaten them, yes. Do you mean negotiate and convince them? So there's certain like, I always joke about there was like this big like trend for a while that it was like, oh, there's certain terms that are like kind of gendered, like the term bossy. That has been a particularly female gendered term, and so we had some women leaders who were just kind of like, let's reframe that, and I can appreciate that. I don't disagree that that we the same trait showing up in somebody else is not viewed the same way that is male presenting, unfortunately. So so but like I said, I appreciate that they called attention to it. I think their solution was a little different. I think so they're just like, instead of saying somebody's bossy, say they have leadership skills. And that's fine. But I feel like the other answer was use bossy for men too. So, yeah. This is a fun screen to come back to. Ah! Yeah. That's my love language. Thinly veiled threads. I see. You mean negotiation skills. Or use assertive because they're the same thing. Right, right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, people would be like, if it's a man, then we're like, oh, he's got leadership skills. But if a lady does it, it's just like, she's bossy. And it's like, no, like, yeah. So just to call out the disparity between them. And like I said, I don't think it was wrong for the you know, the leader to like call that out and be like, because that is like a legit thing. But again, I just have to think about like the other, the solution to it, right? Yeah. Hostile negotiations. Yeah, yeah. Hostile takeover. But yeah. All right. Yeah. Last we left off. Let's see. Let's see. We're having a very bad dream. We're cannibalizing our mother. Delicious mother. Yeah, I saw that too. I didn't remember that, but now it's all coming back. We're trying to figure it out.
Oi, どうしたんだよ?
No! Oh my gosh, my mom! I did something terrible to her. Mom! Mom!
落ち着け、大丈夫だから、俺を見ろって。
Look at him trying to calm me down. That's very sweet. Minami held my face, and I took deep breaths as I looked at him. Tears started to form as I gazed into his eyes. It was such a scary dream. I cried as I told Minami about the dream. He held me gently and stroked my back.
大丈夫だから、安心しろ。夢は夢でしかない。
But, you said yesterday, Minami, a dream reflects someone's desires. Minami Freud, so you want to eat your mother.
すべての夢に言えることじゃない。お前は今見た夢を何度も見ているのか?
No, but...
だろう? それなら気にすることない。だからそう怖がるなって。
Oh, okay. I hugged Minami and buried my face in his shoulder. His scent and the warm comfort of his body naturally soothed me and slowed my rapidly beating heart.
かわいい。お前には悪いけど、毎晩でも怖い夢を見てほしくなっちゃう。
Rude. That's not what I want to hear. I don't want nightmares every night. Rude. Okay. Meanie.
ああ、悪魔だし。
Green Yoshi, hi! Hope you're doing well. Ooh, feel like I heard my music go out. That's interesting. Cool. Yeah, my music just stopped. That's not what I want. Properties. Let me fix this real quick. There we go. What's happening? Alright, let's see. Alright. You had a brave pause, but the music... Oh, okay. Music's still playing for you? Still don't like that for me, though. Okay. I think I know what's happening. Okay. I gotta unplug my headphone and then plug it back in. Great Yoshi, good. I'm glad to hear it. That's the thing that always gets you about the romance genre. Why do they always call out his scent? Yeah. I mean, because it's like a biological thing, right? Something about, yeah. You didn't even get a pause. You think that was a client-side issue? Oh. All right. Chotomate. Let's see. Let me fix my thing. system is down. I'll be a little sad, though, not hearing their voices. I'm glad y'all can hear it, but I can't hear it, so that makes me a little sad. Omegaverse? That's true. That's true. All right. Okay, properties. Here we go. Can y'all still hear it? I can hear it now. Okay. Woohoo! Glad I didn't have to, like, shut it down. Don't want that. Anyways, it's the final chapter finale for Minami. So we had a bad dream, and he's like, "Oh, I wish you would have bad dreams more often." We're like, rude. Okay. Bantering back and forth with him helped me relax. The air was serene, and I didn't feel the least bit hungry. There is something I should tell you. I stepped back from Minami and shared my concerns with him. I couldn't handle this alone. I think before I slept, no, even before that, I was starting to feel hungry. I was so caught up with feeling sleepy or sick that I overlooked it before. But now it seems so bad, it's even showing up in my dreams. I have to eat something. Minami looked as though he had something to say, but remained silent. What is it? He then flashed a grin. Yeah, eat him. Eat the rich. I don't think he's rich, though. Rich in dolls, I guess. But actually, if I eat him and he ate a parfait, by extension, I am also eating a parfait. He probably meant it more like, we should watch more scary movies together so you can hide in my chest, but it was creepy as ever. Yeah. Well, you have been living with a succubus. Yeah. He spoke as though he were a fortune teller, leaving me puzzled. Since when did you become a fortune teller? This is why we should have eaten Yukimaru when he ate our food. Indeed. Just take a bite out of all the boyfriendos. Ow. Job? No, you never told me that. He's a fortune teller. I love it. Fortune telling? Minami? That was the last profession I expected for him. I hadn't even considered that money was a thing here in hell. Because I'm a freeloader. Yeah, of course. It's hell. You have to have a job. You can't be on vacation in hell. In hell, you have the same... Whatever was your worst job in waking life, that's where you have to work forever. So I'm gonna work at Old Navy, and somebody's gonna poop in the dressing room, and that's where I work. And the taxes are way worse. Yes, indeed. Mochi, you leave it, please. Yes. That is a real thing that happened. I worked for Old Navy, and one day, it was a really busy day. The dressing room was crazy busy, and at a certain point, it got real stinky. And turns out, somebody pooped in the dressing room. And here's the thing. How they pooped. So there's like a little built-in like bench inside the dressing room, right? And so like, so the bench cannot move. You know, it's like built into the wall. But like, you know, you could put a bag under there or something like that. The poop was under the bench. So, yeah. It was under the bench. So somebody didn't just accidentally like, oh no, I pooped. Like they had to have like angled in. Not Mochi talking back. Yeah. Why is that so common? Oh no. Yeah. If you were unemployed, you just have to experience someone else's school. Yeah. It was intentional. It was intentional. Not as intentional as the also Old Navy. Somebody pooped in the bathroom and they smeared it all over the wall. It was real bad. Real bad. Feet up on the bench, scooted under then shit. Yeah. Like they either had to be like super contortionist. I mean, maybe there's one possibility where they pooped in the middle of the room and then they kicked it with their shoe. Gross. I don't know. It's already gross enough that you pooped in there, but like to scoot it with your shoe, that's pretty gross too. That person had a mission, yeah. Mission unpoopable. Mission unpoopable. Dun 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 dun. Oh wait, I think I'm doing. That might be James Bond. Yeah. It would be impressive if it wasn't gross, annoying, and inconsiderate. Yeah. Old Navy doesn't have a public bathroom. They did, though. That's the problem. They did. And it wasn't even on the other side of the store. It was literally on the other side. Like, in order to go to the bathroom, you had to go to where the dressing rooms were. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay, that was James Bond. Thank you. I don't remember what's Mission Impossible. All I can think of is Spy Family. Yeah. Yeah, I cannot undo the James Bond in my brain. So, yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, I'm so lucky, though. I'm so lucky I did not have to clean either of these things. A manager cleaned the dressing room, and then a not manager cleaned the bathroom, which was very nice. I don't know. I think I would have quit. I think if they were just like, hey, Lolli, can you clean the dookie of the bathroom wall? Yeah. I would have been like, this was just a summer job to just like make a little bit of pocket cash. I don't, nah. I'll just be poor. That reminds you, we did once have someone shit in our giant cat litter bin back. No! I mean, I can appreciate that they tried. Actually, there's the guy who plays Troy in Community. The actor's name is Donald Glover. He's also Childish Gambino. He had a comedy special, and he made a joke about like at Home Depot, he and his like siblings, like their family fostered a lot, so he and their siblings would go to Home Depot and pretend that they were pooping in the Home Depot toilets that are just sitting out, and they'd be like, haha, poop, poop, poop. Well, they brought one of the one of the kids that was being fostered in their home at that time, and like he made a face, and then he actually pooped. Yeah. You always worried about someone throwing up during the VR ride at Dave & Buster's? Oh, I bet. Yeah, that would be bad news. Like that's where that's where it goes for sure, but we did sue them for the damages, and it took them a while to pay it off because, wait, you sued them? Wow. It's nearly 1,000 in Oh, I didn't realize. Okay. I don't know why I thought I thought they were doing it in a cat box. I misunderstood what you were saying. So it's like a whole massive kitty litter bin, like scoopable kitty litter bin. Oh my gosh. I thought they were being cheeky, and it's like, I'm pooping in this cat litter box, and that's my whole butt. But no, it's wow. I can't believe they stuck around. You know? They were just like, I'm pooping. I mean, I guess they would have been caught mid-poop. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Carrie, that's crazy. Wow. I mean, I'm happy to see that there is, poop justice that yeah, you can't be doing that. So, I just never would have thought that you could sue and win. Felonious defecation. They didn't. We caught them pretty fast. It's right on the drive aisle. Oh. Oh my gosh. Wow. I mean, can you imagine? Gosh, that would be crazy. Because then, like any other job you get after that, they're just kind of like, do you have any, do you have any convictions? And it's like, well, I do. I pooped in the poop box. And they'll be like, I beg your pardon. And they're just like, I pooped in the poop box. It's like, well, we can't have you here. Sorry. Not because you haven't done your time and you are now a contributing citizen. It's just we will not be able to take you seriously. You cannot manage anybody because nobody will take that. Nobody will take that shit. You just imagine Minami staring at Lolli with his face while she talks about poop the whole time. It's like an inner monologue that's happening right now, and he's just blinking. Like, could have been way worse. Girl that caught him could have gone for sexual misconduct. That's true. That's true. Yeah, like tinkling out in public, you could get like depending on like what your job is and stuff like that. Like people can lose licenses and stuff like that. Like my friend, she was a massage therapist for a while, and somebody said, like there was some kind of like thing where it was just kind of like, oh, like someone was like, oh, I need to like, use the restroom, and they're just like, and they asked like, can we pull over somewhere, and they're just like, there's not going to be any gas stations for a while, but we could go on the side of the road. And she was just like, absolutely not, for a lot of reasons, but like definitely if she got caught, she would lose her license. So yeah, scat is a whole thing. yeah. I mean, to each their own, I suppose, but man, I'm definitely of the mindset though of like, keep that under your own roof, whatever it is, keep it under your own roof. Yeah. All right. But I suppose with all the bustling shops and stores, there had to be some kind of money. I see. I tried imagining the scene. A small table on the streets, a sign reading fortune teller beside it, and Minami sitting there. That's cute. A rude fortune teller. You still gotta pay me. $100. Yikes. I doubt they take dollars in hell. But that was how I envisioned it. Well, maybe that's a little harsh. What an interesting business model. It's just like, oh, you calling me a scammer? I'm going to visit your dream and make you miserable. Guess I wasn't far off. Minami's occupation. He is a fortune teller on the streets of hell. He supposedly does this to make ends meet. Apparently, it doesn't pay very well. So the fortune you just gave me. Sorry, but after what you just told me, still knowing my dream was a positive thing made me feel a little better. Thanks. I smiled and thanked him. Minami laughed, showing mixed emotions. I don't doubt that. He looked away, then turned back to me with a serious gaze. My thoughts exactly. We'll have to figure this out. Or... I clenched my fists. Sweat spread across my palm and my body trembled. No, I can't afford to have negative thoughts now, or everything I've worked for this whole time will be for nothing. Game audio silent? Oh no! Thank you for letting me know. But I don't know. Alright, let's see. Properties. Okay. How about now? Can y'all hear it now? Because on my screen, it shows that it's working. Alright. Better. Okay, thank you. Alright, I'm just like toggling something on and off, so I don't know why. Yeah, the Lolli cast. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Let's see. What would be? Yeah. Carrie, thank you for the boyfriend redemption. You want Minami? You got it. You got it. All right. 9 rip Minami. Cha-cha. Cha-cha. He's got the little shock face. Thank you so much for the redemption. Let me put the 10-minute timer on now. Sweet. I relaxed and exhaled softly to calm myself. I pulled out the memo from my pocket. You told me to forget about it, but... Minami looked at the memo I handed him, and his expression fell. It was the reaction I expected, but I knew it was too late to turn back. I spoke before he could. If we can remove that human soul from you, Minami, you can return to being a full demon. And I can return to the mortal realm in peace. So let's not just dismiss it. If you think any part of this idea sounds plausible, I want you to tell me. Otherwise, I won't be able to let go of this idea. Entering into Minami's brain seemed like the only way to make this happen. But going home means I'll never see Minami again. My feelings for Minami had changed so much. I never imagined he'd impact my life like this. His smug aura mocks you. Will I really be able to leave this time?
わかった。どうして俺が止めるのか教える。
Unless she does crime to go back. Indeed.
多分これは成功する。お前がヘマをやらかさない限りは。
Then...
だが、お前は命を差し出せるのか?
Huh? I was confused by his question at first. Are you saying it's that risky? If I fail, I could die? His voice got deep. Oh, yeah. When he's in serious demon mode, he's got like a... voice. Oh, yeah. We dive into his brain and rip out a few of his memories and traits, like his intense dislike of mustard and his vigorous obsession with tap dancing. Minami nodded solemnly.
人間が他人の魂に直接触れるのは禁忌。悪魔である俺は、それが当たり前だから禁忌に触れることじゃない。でも、お前の場合は違う。
You're saying if the soul disappears, I will too?
命をもってすれば叶う。そういうことだ。俺は同じ光を放つ魂をぶつけることで相殺させるしか道がなかったが、お前自身が他人の魂を消滅させるんなら、 命で事足りる。
Why phrase it like that?
悪いね。悪魔の立場で意見してるからこういう言い方になる。
Minami wanted me to forget his plan. There's a chance I could die. Of course, he'd discourage it. I wouldn't recommend it either. Especially after what happened at Kisaragi Station.
そういうわけで、この方法は使えない。お前も納得しただろう。
Minami didn't wait for my response and promptly left the room. After Minami left the room, I found myself deep in thought in the courtyard. I couldn't shake our recent conversation. I needed to distract myself, or the hunger would become all I could focus on. Yet my body wouldn't let me. No matter how much I tried to focus elsewhere, my stomach continued to growl. In turn, the growling in my stomach only fueled my fear. It's no use. I can't stop thinking about it. I spoke out loud as though that would somehow convince me.
焦っているようですね。
Ooh, Seiya! I looked up to see Seiya approaching me. Her hunger is infectious. You got it too? What are you going to do to satiate your hunger? Bite into Minami. Oh,
帰る方法についてです。
yes. I hadn't mentioned to Seiya that my train had already arrived once before. I feared he would hold Minami responsible, or at least it seemed likely that he would. You gonna go eat too? What you gonna have? What are y'all gonna have? I ate, but I want more too. I'm still hungry too.
南に反対されたのでしょ。
Although I did
あ
have
れ
a
の夢
really,
の中に入ることを。
I had a really good mango sorbet bar yesterday, and it was so good. I liked it. Yeah. You don't know, maybe spaghetti. Hey, you're having spaghetti too? 2 spaghettis. 2 spaghettis. Oh, I love that. Well, I hope y'all have. Yeah. Vibin', same brain, spaghetti. Yeah. That sounds good. I actually found a recipe that I had saved because there's a dish. It's a Mexican dish or a Latin dish. It's called green spaghetti, and it's basically like a Mexican pesto, I guess is or Mexican pesto or Alfredo, something like that. So, but it looked really good. So apparently that's like a big thing. I thought when they said like when my friends told me about green spaghetti, I was just like, oh, you know, like green eggs and ham. Yeah. Spaghetti night in the prison alien dance. Oh, I think alien dance, the emoji. Yeah. Spaghetti night in the prison. How did you know that? I was taken aback. Then I remembered. I'd seen Minami speak with Seiya just before I did. Guess Minami told you. What is my take on green eggs and ham? I think I like them surrounded I am. I think I would like them on a train. I like ham, and I generally like eggs, so yeah, just eggs with food coloring, I'm into it. I remember having it when I was like in preschool. They had a green eggs and ham day, and there was a boy. His name was Jake, and he was like kind of a pretty. He was like one of those wild kids, like unpredictable wild children. And so we made green eggs and ham all together as a class. And so the teacher was just like, okay, you know, Jake, do you want to crack this egg? And, you know, and you have to do it gently. And he just took the egg and he crushed it with his hands. So, yeah. Yeah. You have the Green Eggs and Ham cookbook there's a recipe for it. Okay. I mean, it's just scrambled eggs with green food coloring, right? Hopefully. Hopefully it's as simple as that. Yeah. Seiya silently nodded and sat down beside me.
私も反対です。南にはメリットしかありませんが、あなたはそうではありませんから。
I don't believe Minami sees it as a benefit to himself. He looked genuinely distressed earlier and seemed to seriously be against the idea.
恋をすると人は変わると言いますが、まさか悪魔まで変えるとは。
This isn't the time for jokes.
これは失礼しました。
Oh, the cookbook had a different recipe? I wonder how much of a variant it was. We did date Seiya, yes. Seiya on the screen right now. We did date him. We helped him to be the demon hunter he was meant to be. And basically, like, we made our marriage vows in hell. And it was like, oh, well, like, basically I would have to be single until it was time for me to die and marry him. But he still came to visit me up in my world, I think. I remember that. The recipe makes it look like it actually does in the book. Oh, okay. Seiya then gazed up at the towering Khalifa tree.
私もあなたには無事に帰ってほしいです。ですから、あなたの考えた方法は受け入れられません。
You cover the ham in some kind of green herb glaze and you think the eggs are made with green with avocado. Mmm. Free shavakadoos? Ooh. Carrie, thank you again for your redemption. Appreciate it. All right. Put Minami away. Seems like the only option, but I don't know if it's right for me to risk my life. Minami put his life on the line for me back at Kisaragi Station, though. And yet, I can't do the same? There was also a recipe for who roast beef. Oh! Yay! And then there's a one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish recipe. All I wanted was a way for us both to be happy.
私もその方法しかないと思いますよ。
Really?
ですから考えてみたのです。私があれの夢の中に入り、そこにあるであろう人間の魂を消滅させれば。
Ooh, Seiya coming in clutch in this playthrough. Okay. But if you do that, what will happen to you, Seiya? I was alive. I would have to sacrifice my life to cancel out the soul. But seeing as Seiya was already dead... You don't remember, probably. You remember following a mac and cheese recipe from it, but getting the proportions wrong for the salt and pepper. Oh no. Hopefully it wasn't like super drastic, but... Mac and cheese. What would happen then?
まあ、消えるでしょうね。
What?
それはいいのです。あなたが帰れるのなら。
Why is he willing to do that much?
ですが、それだと意味がないでしょ。これはあなたの矜持なのですから。
Okay, now I'm really relieved I didn't tell him about the train. If he knew, he might find out the challenge wasn't mine alone and attempt to intervene to try and bring the train back. You're right. I need to confront this myself, and I'm determined to do so. So please, don't take any risks on my behalf.
重々承知しています。あなたの意思はすでに理解していますから。
I'm glad to hear that. Knowing Seiya, he'd probably still try to do something anyway. I'm sure Minami's worried about that too. Because he sensed I might act, he gave a stern look to deter me. If only there was a way to persuade the soul instead of having to remove it.
説得？魂を相手にですか？
I'm not sure we can communicate with it directly. I wish there was a way to convince the soul to leave Minami's body of its own free will. To my surprise, Seiya didn't dismiss my idea outright. Instead, he seemed to ponder it. Seiya?
何を話してる？
I turned to find Minami approaching us, visibly upset. Yell at the soul. Tell soul, get on, go on, get! Go on, get! Psst, psst. Like that. Yeah. He marched over and fixed a stern look on Seiya.
せいや、言ってあっただろ。どうしてこいつの話を聞いてる？
I do what I want, said Seiya.
お前が来ると話がややこしくなる。
Seiya then stood and faced me.
私とて魂に関してはこの HO で取り扱う身、少し考えてみましょう。あなたが出した案を活かせないか。
Thank you so much.
何言って。
Seiya touched Minami's arm.
なっ
Oh, I thought he was going to be real tender. Minami jerked as if shocked. He must have used the Khalifa pedal again. I felt bad for Minami, but it seems Seiya made the right call for the moment.
お前も彼女の考えを聞くといい。頭を冷やしなさい。
Seiya was waiting.
くそ。不意打ちされるときついんだよったく。
Seiya walked away, ignoring Minami's complaints. Wow. That's a cold... Seiya's cold. Are you okay, Minami?
顔が笑ってるやつに言われてもな。
Sorry. I just find myself agreeing with Seiya.
くっそムカつくこと言うじゃん。何？せいやのこと好きになったわけ？
You know, I didn't mean it like that, right?
だってあいつの味方とか言うからじゃん。
He looked visibly upset. I wonder if this is the right moment to tell him what I talked with Seiya about. Well, I need to say something. What do I say? What do I say? It's because I love you. Despite feeling nervous about it, I needed to get Minami to understand. I'm sorry. I just care about you so much, Minami. Minami moved closer to me.
どれくらい好きなの？
Well, more than Seiya? Oh, I don't like that answer. I mean, that's correct, but that's not I love you. Yeah. It's like, I tolerate you more than this other guy that you don't like. B.
お前、せいやのこともそういう風に見てるの？
Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. No. That came out wrong. Sorry, that's not right. You're the only one I have romantic feelings for, Minami. Please believe me on that.
愛が足りない。好きだけじゃ足りないんだよね。
Does he mean... Do you want me to say I love you?
それしかないじゃん。俺はお前のこと愛してるもん。愛しすぎて気が狂いそう。
I can't just say that. I'm not insane after all. He seemed annoyed, but I was unfazed. In this timeline, yeah. I want to keep my sanity, thank you very much, and you should... And so should you. Then we could, develop our love? Perhaps? Maybe? I was rambling, barely understanding my own words, feeling like my mind was about to burst.
愛を育むっていいね。どんどん愛情が大きくなっていくみたいで。
He seemed happy with that, and I felt a wave of relief wash over me. I wonder if I can handle being with Minami like this.
愛してるよ。
Me too.
言葉で返してほしいんだけど、まあいいや。いつか言わせてやるから。どんな手を使ってでも。
His determination felt a bit daunting.
で、聖夜に何を話してたわけ？
To his credit, I agree with you, Carrie, that it's like, yes, even though his feelings are intense, he's not really, he's not really dressing it up anyway, and yeah, it's us being wishy-washy. You're really ready to listen?
仕方ないだろ。俺だってお前の味方なんだから。てか、話聞く前にカリファからなるべく離れたいんだけど。
He got the straightforward part down. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we still have some minimum requirements though, but he's not like a non-starter, I guess. Good idea. Shall we head back inside? I moved to walk, but Minami stood still, looking at the Khalifa tree. He can be trained. We can change him. What's wrong? I thought we were leaving.
お前、花びら拾っておけ。
His suggestion surprised me.
カリファは持っているだけで気持ちが安らぐって聞いたことあるから。
But if I do that, I'd rather not. It might prevent me from touching you. And being in the hoe makes me feel safer, so I'll be fine. He laughed softly, but his face remained serious.
空腹を感じるまで、お前の状況は悪化してる。だから、持っていてくれ。頼む。
Aw, that's very sweet. Seeing his concern, I knew I couldn't refuse.
お前の感情に訴えるわけじゃないけど、後悔してるんだよ。あの時、電車に乗せていればって。お前を殴って気絶させて、それくらいすればよかった。そうしたらお前は、今頃うつしおで笑っていられた。そう考えずにはいられないんだ。
I had no idea he felt that way. If our roles were reversed, I'd likely have felt the same. Yet, I didn't regret staying with him. I would have been laughing, that's for sure. Or I wouldn't have been. Oops. True, physically I might have recovered, but I wouldn't feel the same way in my heart. I'd regret it. I'd feel like I betrayed you by leaving you here with this burden alone. And I'd be crying. I'd miss you so much.
お互い感じるものは同じってことか。
Exactly. So there's no need for you to feel regret. And I don't need the Khalifa petals. As long as I'm here, I want to be able to keep touching you.
俺もそうしたいけど、それよりもお前には死んでもらったら困るんだよね。だって、お前のことが大好きだから。
Oh. So you don't want me to die?
は？お前バカなの？新鮮な魂欲しいって言ってんだから当たり前じゃんか。
Yeah, Lolli is a freak. She's a freak house. I don't think that's the song. Oh, I'm mixing it up with she's a super freak, super freak. She's super freaky.
何ぼやっとしてんの？さっさと花びら拾ってよ。そこ、ベンチのとこにあるから。
Yeah, we know what's up. Okay, I'm on it. I collected the Khalifa petals scattered around the bench. I really do care about you, Minami.
何を当たり前のこと言ってんの？お前は死ぬまで、いや、死んでからも俺のことが大好きなのはもう決まってんの。
Here for a reason, yeah. Exactly. Following his advice, I picked several flowers, Minami pointing at the ones for me to pick up. I've picked up so many petals. I feel like I'm starting to feel better. Lolli's pockets were full of Khalifa petals, so I couldn't hold her hand. Yet, that seemed to make me want to touch her all the more. It sucks I won't be able to hold her hand until we go home. But I was the one who asked her to pick up those flowers. Besides, it wasn't the time for me to think about myself. I had to think about Lolli. She stayed for me. It's only right I prioritized her well-being too. If I couldn't touch her, then...
ねえ、大好き。好きすぎて大好き。
Words would have to suffice. What's with you?
変になるくらい好きなの。
Oh. Well, you made that very clear. She's so adorable. I just want to hold her and murder her. Lolli wasn't the type to say, I love you all the time, but the way she spoke to me made my heart skip a beat. The way she said she loved me before, I tried to play it off like it was nothing, but I was so happy. I felt like I was going to explode. I never understood what people meant when they said, take things slow, but now it made sense. If I didn't, I'd blow up. Being with her, I felt myself changing, and I enjoyed it. It was fun. I liked it. Why are you smirking like that?
お前のこと大好きだなって思って。
What the heck? That's kind of creepy. Every time I say it, her cheeks flush a deeper red, and my affection for her grows. I'll just have to keep saying it. When we got back to the room, Seiya was busy talking with a colleague, so we moved to a different room instead. We chose to stay away from the staff and settled in a pillar-filled hallway rather than the courtyard. The entire place seemed to buzz with activity. Everybody sure seems busy today.
さっきちょっと聞いたんだけど、レイカって女がうつしおで暴れてるらしいよ。男を追いかけ回してるとか。
Oh, Reika still being crazy. Reika? The girl I met at the station? She must be causing a huge amount of trouble. I wonder why.
さあ、ま、俺たちには関係ないって。
Yeah, it sucks for them. You're right. We don't care. We don't care about Monster Energy this playthrough. With everything going on, leaning on Seiya might not be the best idea. He seemed to have more than enough on his plate. So I wanted to talk to you about this again. Please just hear me out, okay? If there's even a slight chance, I want to try. The fact of the matter is, I don't have much time left either way. Minami nodded, and so I shared with him the plan I discussed with Seiya. So instead of destroying the soul, I thought maybe we could persuade it to leave? What do you think? It's less risky for both of us. Minami took a moment. He seemed totally lost in thought. Does that mean he's considering it? I watched, anxious to hear his thoughts. I left without a clear solution. I was grasping at the straws, yet this idea seemed to be the first glimmer of hope I'd seen in some time. If it failed, we would be forced to start over again from scratch. Eventually, Minami spoke.
魂と対話することは可能だ。俺も奴と何度も話したから。出て行ってくれって。だが、あいつはそれを了承しない。
But his wish was fulfilled, right? It was about his family. I remember the man wanted to be well off and live peacefully. Wanted them to be well off.
ああ、前にも言ったが、契約は絶対だからな。
Then why? I puzzled over Minami's grim expression.
あいつは、俺を人質みたいに扱ってたんだよ。はあ、これは情けない話だから、なるべくなら聞かせたくなかったが。
Minami paused, taking in a deep breath before he continued.
あいつは、俺にかけた願い以上のものを要求するようになっていった。妹が幸せになればその子供も、子供が親になればそのまた子供も。
So we just gotta threaten his lifeline. We just gotta be like, hey, if you don't want us to end your legacy, you gotta go. So it's just an endless cycle. It felt so unfair that I couldn't keep my voice down. You don't have to do that, Minami. It wasn't part of the original deal.
でも、俺に拒否権はない。あくまでいられないようにしてやるって脅されてるからな。
He's altering the deal. Pray he does not alter it any further. Minami looked genuinely distressed. I couldn't blame him. The soul was leveraging his greatest fear against him. I had no idea human souls could be so strong. He was manipulating Minami like a marionette. What if Minami likes this, though? And if I'm within you, perhaps I could sway you, even just slightly. The words sent shivers down my spine. It was almost as if that human sounds more like a demon than you.
その感想は当たらずとも遠からずってとこだな。
How
俺に
so?
はあの人間の本質、良心がだんだんと流れ込んできている。それは奴もしかりだ。
What? So you're making him more evil?
ああ、吸い取られていくみたいにな。そのうち取って代わられるかもしれない。
If I'm within you. That's one interpretation. That's true. No, that can't happen. Ah! Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I grabbed both of Minami's wrists. Perhaps because I was carrying so much Khalifa petals, Minami froze, twitching. I felt a slight shock too. But joke's on us. He likes it. No, but it was just a mild sting to me.
気をつけろ、本当に。
I'm sorry. I will be. But I'm really grateful I stayed here. I felt it from the bottom of my heart. Had I gone home, I might have been able to continue living my life. If I saw him in the afterlife, however, when I saw him again, he might have turned into a completely different person. That gave me the chills. I promised I'll convince him to leave, so please, let me enter your dream.
消滅させるって目的じゃなきゃ、特に危険はないから反対はしないが、あいつを説得することは難しいぞ。俺が何年かけてもダメなんだから。
I was confident. After all, you mentioned that the purity of my soul was like his, right? In that case, I think there's a chance. I can kind of compete with him.
あ、それはそうかも。
Right? It was the first time he accepted my thoughts. That small glimmer of hope began to shine brighter.
俺はあいつを飼う度量がないから圧倒されてばかりいたけど、お前ならもしかしたら。
Exactly. It's something you aren't able to do. Then his expression turned dark. Sorry, guess I got a bit too excited.
ついって言えば許されると思うなよ。
Anyway, now that we have a plan, let's put it into action.
ああ、うん。
Minami seemed less than thrilled. So, what should we do next?
すぐってわけにもいかない。お前に夢見の力を与えないとだから。
There's a lot of paperwork. There's red tape. I gotta go to the admin. Why does he seem so embarrassed? I don't think his face is red because of the red moon. We're indoors. Does granting this power take time?
やったことないからわからないけど、人によるんじゃないかな。
We have to have spicy sleep. Wink. Depend on the person.
それに場所がないし。
So, we need to be at your place, Minami? Oh, maybe it is. But how do you transfer the power? Minami leaned in closer, careful not to touch me. Then he whispered softly in my ear, I gotta put it in your butt. I do got one way or another. It's going in someone's butt.
肌を重ねる儀 儀式。
Oh, it is a skin to skin ritual. Oh my gosh. How far off are we? He's just funning with us. I'll lose my purity. Excuse me? Skin to skin? I step back. This is the succubus route. Yeah, that's true. I mean, these games, bonk. Listen, bonk us, bonk the game. I don't know. I don't know. Wait, does that mean?
だから
No, 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 no. No need to explain any further.
やめとく
Isn't there another way?
ないんだよ。ムマってのはインマとも呼ばれてて、力を与えるにはそういう行為しないとダメなの。
Oh man. We've just been getting kisses in routes, but are we gonna get action in this route? Seriously? I recalled seeing a book about incubi and succubi in Seiya's room. I really should have read that book. This guy's making up rules, and I don't know any better. Well, it wasn't as though reading it would have changed things.
安心して、お前には眠っててもらうから。
That's worse! That's worse! How is that supposed to be reassuring?
そんなに俺と肌を重ねるのが嫌なのかよ。
That's not what I meant.
誤解されるのも尺だから説明するけど、魂に触れられる領域以外ならそこまでの力は必要ない。聖夜くらいの霊力でも夢に入ることは可能だ。でも魂の領域まで入るにはかなり強い夢見の力を有した状態じゃなきゃ夢に飲まれて目覚められなくなる。
He has a paper that says, I can do what I want in his pocket if anyone asks for his authority. Just gotta hold his hand. I see. I guess that makes sense. Even as I thought about it, I felt my stomach growl with hunger. Not to mention that Minami would soon be consumed by the human soul. He means so much to me. Then I guess there's nothing else to think about. So it happens while I'm asleep?
そういうものだからね。って本気でやるの？
Don't say it like that. Let's just say we're performing a ritual together.
そこまでの覚悟があるなら俺もいいかな。
You were hesitant?
そりゃそうだろ。好きな女とこんな形でってさ。
Woo! Huh? I guess I never would have thought Minami viewed that as something special. I had trouble putting all that into words to him, but I felt reassured by how seriously he was taking this.
ごめん。ここまでさせることになって。
Why are you apologizing? Shouldn't we be glad we found a solution? Though I still had mixed feelings about it, I was glad that we were moving forward.
お前の明るさに救われるよ。ありがとう。
A surprise! He's packing heat! Surprise! He's got that, like, you know, demon anatomy. At least I'm not gonna be a permadead. Yeah. Permadead a virgin. Yeah. Seeing him smile, I nodded. Although I was nervous about it, I knew we needed to find a place to do the ritual. How about Seiya's bed? How about under the Khalifa trees? Given how bad my condition had gotten, I knew it was risky to leave the hoe. So Seiya agreed to let us use his room. Oh my gosh, Seiya! I was like, I will monitor from the corner. Don't worry. He likes to watch. To keep things simple, I merely told him I was planning to enter Minami's dream. And Seiya seemed too preoccupied with the Reika issue to deal with anything else.
このような時に力になれず、大変申し訳ありません。
doing it with him in another guy's bed. Don't worry, I have this handy chair here. Yeah, Seiya has the chair. Seiya is the chair. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, look, I can't offer you more assistance. Wink. It's fine. Just focus on what you have to do, Seiya.
ヘマすんの願ってるね。
Rude.
あ
Minami?
あ、はいはい。部屋借りるね。ありがとう。
But we're not cleaning up. That's what Minami's saying. Though his voice was laced with insincerity, Seiya seemed taken aback that he'd even expressed any gratitude.
やめなさい。吐き気を催す。
These guys just can't help themselves. Minami smirked, clearly amused he'd ruffled Seiya's feathers. How long before you come back?
そうですね。被害者への聴取もありますし、調査もありますから。
2 minutes. Will that be enough time? Minami's like, yeah. These rooms have such neat accessories, like the stained hotel chair and the pole under a spotlight. Yes. I think he had handcuffs in the room. We remember that, yeah?
1時間はかかります。戻る時間の設定は念のため2時間にしていますので、それまでは帰ることができません。
2 hours? Be like, oh yeah, we'll be done way before that.
ああ、それくらいあればやるだけだし。
Minami?
一体何をなさるおつもりですか？
Didn't I mention we're setting up for a ritual?
儀式？夢に入る前の準備では？
Oh man, is Seiya about to dispel? He's like, there's no ritual. Look, all you have to do is just enter the dream. It's easy. And then Minami's like, "Bee." You thought the spotlights went under the pole. Oh no. I scrambled to correct my slip up.
あれ、せいやさん知らないんですか？夢に入るってのは儀式って言うんですけど。
知るわけないでしょう。私は無魔のような下級生物ではないのですから。
Tension flickered between them. Shouldn't you be leaving, Seiya?
ああ、そうでした。では、行ってまいります。
What ritual? All you gotta do is swap gum. Yeah. Good luck, Seiya. Seiya entered the elevator and quickly vanished.
レイカって女が暴れてくれてよかったね。おかげで2時間は聖夜の出入りがなくなる。
Yeah, lucky, I guess. But still, using someone else's room for this. The thought daunted me, yet there was no room left for hesitation now. Yeah, that's how you know I don't go there.
こっちにおいで。
He had made his way to the sofa and gestured for me to join him. I approached the sofa filled with nervousness. He took my hand, guiding me to sit beside him. I'd placed all of the Khalifa petals I collected on the windowsill before. All that was left was to do the ritual. Time to do the deed.
する？
I mean, yeah, of course. It was one of the rare moments where I felt no hunger. My heart was beating so fast, it very nearly hurt. Neither do you, it just makes more sense logically. He gently ran his fingers through my hair, then softly touched my cheek, causing me to jump slightly. Sorry, that reaction was...
大丈夫だよ。お前の肌を傷つけたりは絶対にしない。
Oh, he's talking very sweetly to us.
儀式ではあるけど、触れるたびに気持ちを込めるから。可愛くて、愛しくて大切なお前へ、俺の思いが伝わるように。
Right. I was still too shy to meet Minami's gaze. Yet his earnest attempts to convey his feelings to me touched me from the bottom of my heart. Then his fingers brushed my lips slightly. Is he trembling? Realizing Minami was also nervous brought me comfort. I want to ease his anxiety, so I looked up and gave him a reassuring smile. That's not where you hear it yet. Thank you, Minami. As long as it's with you, I'm okay. My words surprised him, and then he smiled warmly.
信じてくれてありがとう。まあでも、お前が感じる姿を見られないのは残念だけど。
Because it's gonna be terrible. Oh no! Oh no! Don't get carried away now. The mood lightened, and it felt like we were back to our old selves. Then Minami's sweet scent grew stronger.
目覚めたら何事もなかったようにしておく。だからお前は安心して眠っていて、幸せな夢を見せてあげる。
Yeah, I mean you could be semi say so if you want. I think that's the realm that I operate in. Semi say so. Overall say so, but like, not afraid to like say a bad or spicy word from time to time. Act as if nothing's changed. Is that really what I want? It felt odd that my first time wouldn't really count. I hesitated. I'll see. I don't want to sleep. I don't want to sleep. Say no to say so. Minami, could you tone down your sleep-inducing scent a bit?
なんで？ああ、すでに眠いから必要ないとか？
No, that's not it. I want to stay awake. I was a bit embarrassed to say it, but it was what I wanted. I wanted to remember this time with him.
嘘。いいの？
He seemed nervous, but I nodded. I mean, it's you, so I'd rather have us experience it together. The intensely sweet scent quickly abated back to Minami's normal fragrance. It was still sweet, but at a normal level. We looked at each other, and he gently guided me to the sofa. Woo! He slowly untied my scarf, and the sound made my heart race. What is this
お前が
spice?
起きてるって言うから、俺の方が緊張してるんだけど。
Should I let him explain that it's just a back massage? Yeah. He's like, oh no, it's like in Silence of the Lambs where I take off your skin and I put it on my face. Wow, look at it. He looks manlier here.
でも、すごく嬉しい。二人でできるっていうのが、本当に。それだけで特別なものになったから。
Yes, I also see this as something special, which is why I wanted to be awake. Woo! And then just then, Seiya comes back. He's like, I forgot my keys. Oh. His gaze was intense, unlike any look he'd given me before, and I felt dizzy. His touch on my skin was gentle, sending shivers down my spine. I could tell just how much I meant to him. I guess some things can only be expressed through touch. Like Braille. I was so glad to be here with him.
痛かったりしたら、すぐに行って、ゆっくりするから。
Well, now it makes me kind of upset that we didn't get any action with any of the other boyfriendos. What the heck? Say it comes. Yeah. I grabbed the fuzzy cuffs y'all need. Looks like you need my help. Okay.
本当に好き。大好きだから。ずっと。
I love you too. Woo! He pressed a kiss to my lips and I responded, letting myself melt into him. Holy moly! We wasted the best material on this guy. I was reading somewhere that this was like the dev's favorite story or something, and it's like, Okay, curious. So, aw. It looks like very vampire-y here. I like it. This kiss was unlike any we'd shared before. It was deeper, our lips weaving together, leaving my mind feeling numb. I couldn't focus on anything else. I was so caught up in the moment that keeping pace with him was a challenge. Even when our lips briefly parted, they found each other again quickly, our breath melding together. You for sure couldn't be a say-so streamer. When melted into him, your first thought was, that's not usually how that works.
愛してる
Even after that, our desire for each other remained strong. Wink. Wait. Why is he laughing? Hey, how long are you planning to keep that big smile on your face?
余韻が消えるまで永遠に
After everything, Minami couldn't stop smiling. Just seeing his smile made me blush. It reminded me of what we had just shared. I understood wanting to bask in the glow, but I didn't want him flaunting it either. Rather, I'm surprised I can't really sense this dreaming power.
夢で使う力だから覚醒状態だと何も感じないものなんじゃん俺にはよくわかんないけど
I feel like he tricked us. I wonder if that's the case. Either way, at least now I can enter his dream. Suddenly, I saw food on Seiya's desk. I rubbed my eyes and looked again. Yeah, it didn't work at all. Guess we gotta try again. We gotta keep trying until it works. You know. Sure enough, it was still there. That's odd. There was nothing there before, but that means Seiya came by. He dropped off a sandwich for us. You think that's how babies are made? It looks so delicious. I walked over to the desk and without hesitation grabbed the giant hamburger in front of me. I shouldn't eat this. I won't be able to go home. But I don't care anymore. I'm just too hungry. Then, just as I was about to eat it, someone slapped my hand.
何やってんだよ
Oh. Yeah, keep trying until a demon baby happens. My cheeks suddenly burned with embarrassment. I'm sorry. It just looks so tempting. Minami looked at me strangely.
よく見ろただの本だ食べ物じゃない
I glanced at the floor and he was right. The item he slapped from my hand was a book. Looking back at the desk, there was no food, just a pile of documents and writing utensils. Was that a hallucination? No way. I felt faint.
今すぐ夢に入るぞこのままだとお前の精神が持たない
You took all my energy. I think you're right. Time was very clearly running out. Rather, I was starting to worry about what state I'd be in when I woke up. Just then, a ding from the elevator pierced the air and Seiya stepped out.
ただいま戻りました儀式の準備は済みましたか
Smells like hot sex in here.
今からやるところだお前も手伝え
What? Seiya too?
俺も眠らないとなんないからお前の本体の方に気を配っていられないもしお前が夢の中でトラブルにあって目覚められない状況になったらやばいんだよ
Yeah. Maybe it was like 2 minutes in heaven and then just like an hour and 45 minutes of apologizing from Minami. I'll be like, oh, it's fine. I'm sure it happens to all demons. Smells like hot sex in here, I assume. I've never actually saw it before.
そうなったらお前を起こす必要がある 俺はお前が夢の中にいる状態だと目覚められないから。
Why are the sheets all messy and... Hey! Hey!
なるほど。私は彼女を起こす役目というわけか。
Minami nodded, and Seiya offered no further comment. Guess he's willing to help too.
時間を決めておく。1時間だ。それを過ぎたらこいつを起こせ。
Like, well, in order to go into this dream, I also need to do the ritual with either one of y'all. Is 1 hour enough time?
あなたの体を考慮してでしょ。
He's on that one Punnett Square thing of knows what sex is, does not. I don't know what that means. Huh? Is that true, Minami?
お前が地獄にいられる時間はもうあとわずかしかない。
I couldn't argue with that, especially after hallucinating that food before.
私が行く前より顔色が優れませんね。急ぎましょう。
What are you talking about? I should have this beautiful afterglow. We moved to the sofa where I sat down. Then I had a funny look on my face like, I know what just happened here. And Minami positioned himself on the floor, preparing to sleep against the wall.
本に書いてあったことは忘れろ。ただ俺の夢に入ることだけ考えればいい。お前に与えた力ならそれだけで入れるから。
Okay, understood. I glanced at Seiya, nodded to him, and then quietly closed my eyes. I was exhausted, and I didn't need Minami's scent to carry me to sleep.
お二人ともご分を。
Hearing Seiya's words of encouragement, I drifted off into the darkness. Ooh.
眠ったな。それじゃあ、あとは頼んだから。
Just chuck her on the train. She won't know what hit her. I just wanted to get with her. Don't worry.
お前に頼み事をされる日が来るとは。
I can't believe that son of a bitch is giving me shit, even now. But he's right. Am I seriously leaving my life in his hands? Something seriously wrong with me.
こいつが絡んでることだからだよ。俺個人で頼み事なんて絶対にしない。
彼女のことが大切なのはこれまでもお前から感じていましたが、恋愛とはなんと素敵なものなのでしょう。
Ew, gross. Why does he have to react like that? It's so off-putting.
せいやさ、眠ってる間こいつに触れたら殺すから。
それではどうやって起こせと？
それは。
ま、起こす必要はないでしょうが。
This guy.
ですが、言っておきましょう。彼女に何かあれば、その時は私がお前を消します。
This is where he gets up in Minami's face and tells him to air out the room next time. Why'd you send me away?
ほんとせいやって気持ち悪い。
After saying that, I closed my eyes and entered my own dream. I roamed the darkness aimlessly. Surprisingly, my awareness was as sharp as when I was awake, which I'm sure had something to do with the power Minami gave me. I wonder if Minami's made it into the dream. Having never been in someone else's dream, I wasn't sure what to expect. Did y'all ever see the movie Being John Malkovich? It's just a bunch of Malkoviches going, Malkovich, Malkovich, Malkovich. If Minami wasn't here, could this have been my own dream instead? Did I already fail? Just as panic began to set in, the scene shifted. Suddenly, I was enveloped in Minami's presence. I could feel it tingling on my skin. This was Minami's dream.
おい、こっち。
Minami's figure emerged in the distance, and I hurried toward him. Hey, what happened to the glass wall?
ああ、もう終わっておいた。
That was quick. I had no idea he could break down that barrier so easily. I moved a step closer to him and instantly felt an overwhelming heaviness in the air. What's happening? My body, it feels so heavy.
それが他人の領域に入るってこと。体に負荷がかかってだんだん前に進めなくなっていく。でもそれに必死で耐えて前に進んだ先に魂があるんだ。
So, even entering someone's consciousness doesn't allow you to touch their soul? Guess the soul was pretty deep down.
あいつの魂はこの先にある。俺の魂より手前だから今のお前にも行けるはずだ。
Understood. Let's proceed. As Minami had warned, each step made my feet feel heavier. But it wasn't just my feet. It was as if mud covered my entire body. It was painful and utterly revolting. After a while, a bright light appeared before me. Is that? Minami, who was standing next to me, guiding me, nodded. Oh, it's just like in Demon Slayer. Such intense brightness. It was hard to keep my eyes open. Yet, within that soul's light, there was gray. It wasn't the pure white light I had imagined. Couldn't this be because the darker aspects of Minami are beginning to merge with him? As I moved toward it, Minami tugged at my hand.
ここでいい。これ以上は近づくな。絶対に。
Okay, got it. Realizing that getting any closer would put us in danger, I decided to call out to the soul.
来たんだね、ミナミ。それとあなたも。
Hearing my name startled me. How do you know my name?
俺の中にいるんだ。俺の思考を読んだんだろう。
I was there when you guys were getting busy too. Don't worry.
うん、その通り。僕はミナミのことなら何でもわかるんだ。だから、あなたたちが僕を追い出そうとしていることも知ってる。
君が悪いやつ。
That should make things easy then. Leave Minami.
へえ、僕に命令するんだ。あなたのことだから出て行ってくれませんかって優しくお願いしてくれると思ってた。
I see no reason to be polite to someone who's making Minami suffer.
そっか。なら出て行ってあげてもいいよ。僕も成仏できるならしたいし。
His unexpected understanding made me glance at Minami, who just shook his head, looking disheartened.
あなたは僕に何をしてくれる？
Huh?
契約だよ。僕が出ていく代わりに何を差し出してくれるのかなって。僕としてはもう少し遊びたいし、南の中からあなたの中に移るっていうのはどう？すっごく面白そうじゃない？今度は人間の中に入るんだ。あなたになり代わって人生をやり直そうかな。
So it is true. Minami's dark nature is taking over him. This soul reminded me of Minami when I first met him. Perhaps their presences that have equal parts good and bad have influenced each other.
そんな契約絶対にさせない。お前は一生俺の中にいるんだよ。
それでもいいけど、分かってるだろ？僕はあと少しでお前の魂に近づくって。
What? What happens if he gets there?
やっぱり俺になり変わろうってわけか。
だってこのままお前を操縦するのも飽きちゃったんだもん。そろそろ自分として動きたいじゃない？
You can confirm the dysphoria would be insane if he did that. Yeah. This is where, yeah.
お前は
What?
弱い悪魔だよね。本当に。ま、家族を守ってくれたのは感謝してるよ。でもお前に悪魔に出会い惑わされたおかげで僕の人生は失われた。その報いを受けてもらわないとね。
Consequences? Why are you talking as though you're the victim here? You're being way too selfish.
かって僕が？
ああ、そうだ。契約を了承した時点で、お前と俺は同等だ。人生を奪われたと恨まれる筋合いはない。
だって僕は悪魔に惑わされて契約したんだよ。契約させられたようなものだ。恨んで当然でしょ
う。That's kind of fair.
惑わされた方が悪いじゃん。この俺に正当性を語られても何も響かない。
Wait, I don't like that.
いつになく強気だね。彼女の手前だからかな。
I knew the two of them would never get along at this rate, and if it came to a fight, Minami would be at a disadvantage. I can't comment on the pact itself, but it's clear you're demanding more than what you initially agreed to. He's already paid you what he owed. Now leave. And you won't be forming a pact with me either.
そうならいいよ。それなら。
The spirit moved deeper into the darkness. Hey, wait! Minami's soul is just further in. As I attempted to follow, Minami stopped me.
もういい。お前は先に目覚めろ。
I can't just leave things like this.
言うことを聞け。これ以上あいつに深入りしても。
No, Minami, you need to listen. I stayed here because I wanted to help you get rid of that soul. I'm not gonna give up yet.
そっか。そうだよな。
Minami then picked me up. What are you doing?
お前、走るの遅いんだもん。あいつに追いつくにはこれが一番。
Well, all right. Oh, let me pause, or let me tell a story real quick. I'm watching this show. Wake me up inside. I'm watching this show. It's Dark Moon. It's like it's a vampires and werewolves kind of show. And like all the music is done by like Hypen. One of the K bands I like. Anyways, there's a scene where one of them has like special powers where he can like teleport like in short distances but really fast. So like they're escaping and he's got girl on his shoulders and he's like used to going fast and she gets motion sick. She's just like, I'm sorry, could you set me down please? And he's like, oh shoot. And then she's like, bleh. It doesn't show it, but we know. Dark Moon. It's on Crunchyroll. Yeah, Minami bolted forward and we soon caught up with the spirit. But beyond the spirit was another, not as bright, but a gray one shining mysteriously. It was unmistakably Minami's soul. Please stop! To my surprise, the soul paused. Relieved, I thought there might still be a chance to settle things with him.
契約する気になった？
That's not why I'm here.
あ、そう。それならもう話はないよね。
He was adamant. Wait,
もういい。ここまでだ。
Minami? Minami offered me a faint smile.
ねえ。俺のこと忘れないで。あと、俺が走り出したらすぐに目覚めて。
What do you mean? His soul looks so shriveled and tiny. It's 'cause it's cold in here.
夢見の力があれば自由に目覚めることができるから。
As he spoke, he was smiling brightly.
ずーっと大好き。
Oh no. Minami dashed forward, heading straight for his own soul. He swung his fist hard and smashed his own soul. No!
お前何してるんだ。死ぬ気なのか。
お前に乗っ取られるくらいなら死んだ方がマシじゃん。
Struggling to his feet, he aimed another blow at his soul. At this rate, Minami would die. I sprinted into action, knowing exactly where I was going. I approached the gray spirit and seized him.
おい、何やってんだよ。
Ignoring him, I tightened my grip, intent on crushing the spirit. As it began to disintegrate like sand, my heart felt increasingly feeble.
やめろって、すぐに離せ。
By the time Minami pulled my arm, it seemed too late. It's too late. It's fused with me now. My only choice is to continue crushing it until it vanishes.
どうしてだよ。なんで。
Isn't it obvious? You would have done the same for me. Nah, B, I wouldn't have. You could have died. It's fine. It's not that painful. As the malaise and gnawing hunger faded, I felt an odd sense of relief. It's strange. I feel better, as if I've returned to the mortal realm. With my hands still clasped, Minami placed his hands over mine.
ありがとうって言っていいの？
No thanks needed. I did this for me. I didn't want to lose you, Minami. Now we'll always be together, even in hell. Mom, sis, I'm sorry. Did we die? Oh shit. I'm sorry, Sayaka. Who knew crashing souls felt so good? I can't go back to the mortal realm.
お前もやっぱり狂ってるよ。だから大好き。
And I love you too. Seiya's like, no! He tightened his grip as the last fragment of the soul disintegrated. Waking up, we found Seiya aiming a gun at Minami. Minami, unperturbed, made no move to resist, but I leapt into action. I explained that I had done this and that Minami had tried to stop me. Sensing it was true, Seiya let out a big sigh.
理解に苦しみます。と言いたいところですが、深すぎる愛情は嫌いではありませんから。
Seiya, who has always had a soft spot when it came to love, eventually understood. And so, Minami and I lived in a circus
ここが
tent.
俺たちの我が家。
Oh my god, what did we do? Now we live with dolls. I'm a doll mummy now. Ah! Just being outside of the home makes me feel so much better. We had returned to Minami's place. What was most surprising on our way back was how no one paid attention to me without the robe. Yeah, we are dull. We made a horrible mistake. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm seeing the upside here. I feel bad for our family. I feel bad for our family in a lot of these playthroughs where it's just kind of like, you know, like, because all they're going to do is struggle and be like, what happened? Someone we love disappeared. We'll never get closure. Oh. I guessed it was because I died. They could tell by my eyes, so no one gave me a second glance. Minami, holding my earthly remains, laid them softly on his bed. He looked down with a sorrowful look and silently touched his cheeks. Guess you don't have to get a job now. Wait, no, you're in hell. You have to find a job now. So that career survey that I was like trying to escape in my waking life, now I gotta do that forever. Seeing him do that broke my heart. If Minami had died back at Kisaragi Station, I'm sure I would have looked the same. I'm sorry for choosing death without consulting you.
お前の気持ちはわかるから。
Minami left the bed and walked toward me. Then he took my hand.
ごめんね。それと、ありがとう。お前のおかげで、ようやく自分を取り戻せた感覚だよ。
Oh, by the way, that other soul was making me less of a bastard. I'm gonna be awful to you now. Welcome to hell! Minami's tone was cheerful, yet something felt off. Why does it seem like nothing's really changed? We broke the wrong soul. It's like, ah, shit.
そうみたい。多分あいつが消えても奪われたものと染みついた両親は消えないのかも。もう俺の一部になっちゃってるみたい。消えた時に奪われたものも帰ってこなかったし。
That sounds tough. This is like that movie Cry Baby Lane. I don't think I've seen that.
まさかその逆。ようやく静かになってすっきりした。
That explained his brilliant smile. That's good to hear.
ねえ、これからずっと毎日一緒だから、お前に手を出すやつがいたら今度は本当に殺せるし。
Please don't joke about that. Perhaps his mischievous side had indeed grown.
わあ、今度はお前が俺の両親になりそ
He looked disgusted, and I laughed.
う。ねえ、とりあえず何からする？キス、ギュッて抱きしめ合う？それとも、今度こそ。
Ooh. The implication was clear. You sure know how to push my buttons, Minami. Wink. Oh my. Yes, oh my indeed. It's like, well, all we do is rituals all day. Because we don't have jobs.
当たり前だろ。お前に触れたくない瞬間なんて一度もない。むしろ常に触れていたいんだから。これからずっと飽きるくらい触れ合っていようね。そうじゃないと、俺気が狂いそうになるから。
Although I was a bit taken aback by his unique sense of love, I wouldn't deny him. Us bunnies, yeah, exactly. I loved him far too much.
それじゃあ手始めにデートに行こう。
Yes, let's start there. You gonna take me? We gonna get paw face? Oh my gosh, we died! But we didn't die. This is allegedly the good end. Yeah, not for the fam. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they're tired of Lolli's BS. I guess we'll see. I know there's gonna be a epilogue. Oh yeah, I forgot we got licked in the face. And among other places, I guess. Hopefully. Grow on me. He did. He did grow on me. I think there were some very sweet, tender moments. But do I, like, did he grow on me? Yes. But do I put him as, like, one of the, like, top tier routes? I don't think so. Yeah. She does this to us in every timeline. Why do we put up with her? Yeah. You think you misheard that? Maybe. Yeah, I like him. Like I said, there's some sweet moments, but I don't think this is the strongest route. Let me think about who I think is the strongest route. Let me think about how I'd rank all of them. Some time had passed since then. As a spirit, I couldn't physically move, so I asked Minami to transport my body back to my family in the mortal realm. Facing my family seemed daunting, and the fear of seeing their reactions kept me from joining him. Despite my newfound strength, I discovered there were still things I wasn't ready to face. So then... Everybody loves parfaits. Parfait will make you forget your problems. Don't worry that your family had to react to your dead body. Have a parfait. I would be pretty devastated about that too. I wonder how they like delivered it too. It's just kind of like, did they like pin a note to my outfit that it was like, don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah. I don't know, man. Wow, that looks amazing. Aren't you eating, Minami? Despite the sparkle in Minami's eyes, he hadn't dug into his parfait. Dropped off on the porch. Oh my gosh. It was like in that movie 7 where there was a head in the box. You know, what's in the box? Like that. Oh. That is a bummer. Yeah, stuck it in the closet. Pot of chili. Gross. just a bunch of chopped up lolly meat. I'm not into this. Usually he'd be the first to dive in for the cream on top. Oh, sorry, the volume's down. Okay. Very well then. I'll just have to eat all this whipped cream myself. Cream isn't owned by anyone. First come, first served, so it's mine. Here we go. This is his hell. He's like, I'll never share my parfait with you. Ha ha! Taking a spoonful of the cream, I felt a burst of joy. Delicious. Ooh, I got licked in the face again. Sweet. Look how cute I am. Y'all, look at my hell date outfit. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look how cute that parfait is. He's licking me. It's like, we're in public, sir. The fit is clean. Yes, yes. I'm into it.
超美味しいね
Eat it yourself. Don't just lick it off me.
だからお前のこと舐めたじゃんてかパフェよりこっちの方がいいかも
Woo! Oh shoot. Now it's gonna be real awkward because like I didn't go back and we left a mess on Seiya's bed and now we gotta like see him. And Seiya's my boss now because I work at the hoe. I don't know. So everybody's gotta have a job. Minami's boldness never ceased to amaze me or make my heart flutter.
ねえ食べ終わったらすぐ帰ろう早くお前とゴロゴロしたい
Seriously? Could you not say that so loudly in public?
なんで言った方がいいじゃんその方が悪い虫つかなそうだし
No, it advertises to all of them that it's like, hey, show up at the tent site later because it's an open tent. Free show. That's what you're advertising. Maybe that's how we make money. Only demons. There's no need for that. I've made it clear how much I love you. Free show. Free show.
それは当たり前に知ってるけどお前この間知らない男に話しかけられてたよね
He was just asking for directions. I had to kill him.
それも無理だからねえ俺が嫉妬深いの分かってるよねお前俺に殺させたいわけ
Lately, my biggest worry was Minami's increasing jealousy. Whenever something about me upset him, things escalated quickly. It was overwhelming. So I avoided being alone and tried to stay as close to him as possible. In our codependent relationship. Don't worry. Yet I didn't stay silent or let him have his way uncontested. If you do that, I'll hate you.
Ooh.
This phrase worked wonders on him. I did worry about when he'd realize it'd be impossible for me to hate him, though.
さっさとパフェ食ったら帰るぞ。早くくっつきたいから。
You're already plenty close to me.
こんなのでくっついてるって言わないし。てか、お前のことで満たされるなんて永遠にないんだから。いくら触れ合っても足りない。お前に対する欲が止まらなくて気が狂いそうで楽しいよ。
I don't know if I'll ever understand you, Minami. You kind of find the jealousy trait to be annoying, especially in lads. There's no competition to, be confident. I hear you. Yes. Let me think about this. Yes, I hear you. And overall, like in real life, I probably would not like that very much. But I can't say I'm at like 0 in terms of like liking a little bit of like possessiveness, Yeah. Hands off the parfait, we're getting divorced. But you like being desired. Yeah. I hear ya. Cause like jealousy in like day-to-day application is probably annoying. Where it's just kind of like, I don't like that you talked to that person. It's like, yeah, that was like that person who's related to me. That person, And they're just like, but still. I'm like, okay. Look, I know I live in the South, but not like kissing cousin South, okay? Yeah, they just overdo it for you. I see. Yeah. Let me think about this. Was your feeling about Charlie and the bread scene? I guess for me that was just more funny than it was like, oh no. Yeah. Charlie was so chill. I see. Charlie was just being nice. It's true. But Charlie was being too nice. No, I'm just kidding. I guess. I feel like I think it can be done well, but you're correct. Like overdone sometimes, where it's just kind of like, okay, I think if the jealousy is like not at all directed at like you, like you and your intention, I think that feels a little bit better. If they're like, I don't trust you, it's like, I don't feel good about that. You better get out of here with that noise. It was funny, but Xavier was doing too much. That's true. Made for a nice card, though, so thank you, Charlie. Now we can't go to that bakery anymore. What the heck, Xavier? But yeah. Like I said, I think if it was like, hey, if there's like a situation that is just kind of like, mine. Okay, that's one thing. But if it's another, it's just like, show me your phone. I think you're doing shit. It's like, no, we're not playing that game. So I think that would be too much for me. But Minami kept smiling even as I looked away. He continued to gaze at me. Yet this had become our everyday life, and it was very fulfilling. I'd continue this strange journey with him. He was a bit... No, crazy wasn't the right word, but I'd spend every day with him. Okay. That's the heavenly end. All right. Wow. Oh, Caleb got weird. Oh, Toka's route has been unlocked. Toka is the secret ending. Cha-cha!
俺のために死んだことを絶対に後悔させないから。したいことは全部させるし、嫌なことは絶対にしない。お前のわがままなら何としてでも聞いてあげる。愛してるよ。
Ooh, I like that. Rothy, hello, welcome. Happy Thursday. Hope you're doing well. We just finished the finale for one of the last playthroughs in our game. This was all the main routes, and now we have unlocked the secret or the true ending route. So, Rothy, welcome in. Oh, okay. Look, I like this right here. This is a thumbs up for Minami. Like, that's a very romantic declaration right there. Because I feel like some of the other declarations at the end were just kind of like, you are cool. I like you. I like you because you are cool. Whereas this one's just like, this is a very good declaration. Wow. Goodness. Oh my gosh. Wow. That was very nice. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. So, goodness. All right. There's nothing to save. I don't think. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Very nice. Yay. Oh, I really like. Oh yeah, this has been an awesome series. I'm very happy with it, and I hope by the time we finish the Toka route, the sequel comes out. Yeah, it auto saves at the end of a playthrough, so no save necessary. Somehow, some way. Yeah, you're ready to sleep for Friday, but your car will be going to the car place tomorrow. Oh, okay. Well, I hope whatever is happening with your car, 1, it's resolved. 2, in a very inexpensive way, hopefully. So that's no fun, but yeah. Goodness. Yeah, I have to pack. I'm going out of town to celebrate with family for late Lunar New Year, so and then birthday as well. So, yeah. So I gotta pack, but yeah, wiper fluid isn't staying in the car. It's becoming a waterfall out. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that reminds me. I need to change my wiper blade. It's pretty ragged, I gotta say. Yeah, late Lunar New Year and birthday. Not my birthday, a family birthday, but yeah. But yes. It'll be nice. Let's see. So my mom came by and she gave me a bunch of fruit for Lunar New Year. It's part of like, you're actually supposed to like set it out and you don't eat it like the day of. Like that's supposed to be like a gift for your ancestors. And then, they get to partake on Lunar New Year. And then after that, you can have the fruit. But she gave me so much fruit, like an obscene amount of fruit. And I also don't know how to cut all the fruits that she gave me because some of them are different. So I think I'm going to bring all the fruit to her. Be like, can you cut all this fruit for me? I know I'm a grown-up, but can you cut fruit for me, please? Either that or I'm just going to start a fruiteria. So, yeah. Let's see. The guy who voices Minami voices Rin Okumura. Oh, okay. Same day as your fiance's battery died. No, Rothy, no. Yeah, you want some of the fruit? Let me take a picture of it. And you could tell me. Like, some of these fruits, it's like, what is this? Yeah. Yeah, who's accusing me of being Greta? I'm self-proclaimed, but maybe that doesn't count. Yeah, but so we'll see. Rin Okumura. Hold on, I don't know who that is. Chato. Rin Okumura. Oh, he does a lot of voices. Okay. From Blue Exorcist? Or is that the name of the character? Yeah. You looked him up because he sounded like a Demon Slayer character, and he is. Ah, cool. Yeah, I like that these games are pretty star-studded most of the time, so I'm actually surprised. There's a bunch of visual novel games where, like, Kaji Yuki is the voice. He's in a lot of visual novel games that I play. And so it's just like, good on you, Aaron Yeager. Yeah, okay, Blue Exorcist. Got it, got it. Wow. Okay, well, that's awesome. I like his voice. It was, I think he had, you know, I like getting to see different sides of him and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, overall, I don't hate the Minami route. I have, let me think about how I feel about like us dying. But otherwise, yeah, I'll have to think about the ranking for it. But at this point, though, yay us. Good job. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me and going through all the storylines. And now we can go the true ending. So true ending. I think what I'll do is I won't speed run the same way I do with all the other repeat ones, just to see if there's a lot of difference, you know. So yeah. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight, y'all. My next stream is tomorrow on Iriam. I'll be doing Study Buddies lunch, so I'll hope to see you then. But if not, have a really great weekend. Thank you again. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.